Hi everyone, and welcome back to Manda T and me. Today we're going to be starting a game called Assembled with Care. The idea is that we're going to be fixing things, and maybe more than just things. So it's an absolutely gorgeous looking game, and other than just the Steam description, I don't know a whole lot about it. So grab yourself something cozy and let's explore together. Well, good thing we have our headphones on. Oh, apparently a new chapter has been added. Alright. I absolutely love this color palette, by the way. Alright, so let's begin.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between. But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as excited as the first day of my journey. A whole year. It felt like a lifetime. The places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs. Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
I absolutely love the interaction so far.
I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off. I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repair woman, at your service.
Passport?
My passport. Not many blank pages left now. My favorite overalls. These will never go out of style. The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish. Looking forward to taking more close-ups of my fingers with this.
Maria's Restorations. So I have no idea what the save system.
Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal.
So I have no idea what the save system is like, so, yeah. We'll just have to see.
Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work. My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store, that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires. My story in Bellariva began with a little girl, and a voice she was longing to hear.
Welcome to Bellariva. Oh, this is the chapter down here. It's like winding a camera for the exposures. That's amazing. Oh, you can pick the chapters. I like that.
It was my first morning in Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun. In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time. As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore.
Oh no.
I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try? Why did you do that?
Okay, hold on. Okay.
How did you do that? I didn't see.
Clearly, revealing my age by knowing exactly what that pencil is for. Okay. Alright, how do I manipulate this? Nothing yet. Interesting. Oh, there we go.
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
Oh, where did the screw go? Oh, in her cup. That's perfect.
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight, know that
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill. When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo.
That sounds about right for a 7-year-old.
I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. A part I wouldn't be able to fix.
Oh, I love the chapter selection. It's so good.
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father.
Aw.
I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him. It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it?
I think I can. What is this?
Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
Nope.
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
Guys, this is so calming. I love this. That one wasn't as cute. I'm sure we wiped it a little bit, I'm sure.
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together? Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
Sorry. I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again.
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
Okay, so do these all have check marks? Okay. I didn't want to progress without, you know. Oh, I love the colors.
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
Oh.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some, seasoning tips, but it won't connect.
Her voice reminds me... Oh my gosh, I can't think of the character's name. It's one of the bears from Eastshade. The bread baker. I don't know. Her voice reminds me of her.
Can you see if you can figure out what's wrong?
Absolutely. Okay, first things first.
You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
It's alright. Let's see what's inside.
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
I love that there's a little cup, that they're not just like, you know, out. I will say, guys, if you pick this up, now I think this might also be available on the Switch, but it could be wrong. But with mouse and keyboard, now I have a wide keyboard under my laptop, and I have to make the spinning motion with the screwdriver, I have to really like pick up my mouse and just kind of let it start over to get like the longest motion possible. So just keep that in mind. I wonder what... Okay.
These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring.
Okay. Oh, no, not that one. Oh, I think I need... There we go. Okay, so actually... I'm not gonna actually take that off. Oh, yeah. I get it now.
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up. There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
Pause good. It was a little trickier trying to figure out, but I probably should have disassembled the phone entirely so I could see all the broken parts first.
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
Oh.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill, anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
Hello! How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh God, I have to get ready. Actually, I might have another job for you. Can you come by tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. Alright, let's do one more.
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name. Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked.
Are you here about the camera? It's about time.
Rude.
The woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix things.
Oh.
I'd usually go to an expert, of course, but in this town...
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't have been more different. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera. Any professional photographer's dream.
The viewfinder is completely dark. I can't see anything through it at all. I assume you can figure out what's wrong.
I wonder if the shutter's stuck. Okay, so learned from last time. Take it completely apart. There we go.
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
I already don't like her. Oh, no, it's a broken mirror. That can be expensive depending on the age of the camera.
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror.
Oh, it's hard.
Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working. Looks like something is still missing.
Okay, and then... Can I actually, like, feed it? Oh, I guess not. I guess it just... That's up to her to do. So, like, load the film.
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition, the first of its kind. It cost me 3 months' salary, but it was worth it.
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better? She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least there's one person in this town who knows what they're doing. Sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought so little of her sister.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
That didn't sound good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit, I hoped Carmen was ready.
Alright guys, well, we clearly have a few more chapters to go, but I think we've been fiddling and fixing for long enough. So let me know if, you know, you're enjoying this game. I can tell you I'm having a blast. Like, outside of YouTube, outside of everything, I DIY a lot, I improvise a lot, trying to do as much as I can with, you know, whatever I have on hand. So, yeah, let me know what you think. I think the colors are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's absolutely a beautiful game. So, anyway, guys, as always, take care and happy sipping.